YouTube, it's been a while. Today, I got some blanket yarn, which I finally learned this is called blanket yarn. At least, that's what it said from the labels at the undisclosed craft store I bought this at. Am I using it for a blanket? No. I have a made cardigan here, but what is it missing? A frilly border, okay? Like that cinnamon roll cardigan I made for my friend. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Quick side note, this cardigan is intended to be inspired by a short film I made. Cool, I think it's pretty cool. I don't know about you. And I gotta be a little more tedious about this because the last time I did this, I don't think I was tedious about where I was crocheting, like which way. I need to crochet in a specific, pull through the loop in a, holding the garment a specific direction. Like, I'm intermediate at crochet, but there's so many things to learn about crochet. Like, I consider myself an intermediate. There's so many things to learn about it that it's just like, there's always something new that you gotta learn. I don't think anyone who crochets knows everything about crochet, even if you're like advanced or whatever. Actually, let me move this camera down a bit so you guys can actually see a little bit of what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't know. It's just been chill. Y'all know I've been probably picked up on it from my videos. I've been moving around a lot for a bunch of different reasons, but you know, I think I found a place where I'm gonna settle down for a bit. And that's the ideal. You know, things happen, so maybe I won't be staying here. I don't know. But as of now, that's the plan. Oh dear. This is so pretty. It's prettier than I thought it'd be because I was like originally nervous about like the color changing like fluffy yarn, but it's actually really pretty. I'm so excited for this to be a complete garment. It's so pretty. And actually, if you noticed, the last Crochet and Chat was crocheting a bit of this cardigan. And if you notice right now, I'm just doing everything with my hands with this thick yarn because that's what I found works best with this thick stuff. Just crocheting with my hands. Look at that! Oh, the sleeve! Also, the sleeves are nice and flowy again, so we love. Yeah, I'm a hooligan. I just rip my yarn like that. Shout out to all the hooligans who rip their yarn. You are seen. It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die. Do you guys like Despicable Me? I think it's fun. I think it's a fun movie, honestly. Oh, almost crocheted the wrong way. So actually I should start down here then. But yeah, I actually really don't mind Despicable Me. I actually really enjoy it. I don't know why this is a tangent I'm going on, but this is what I've decided. Yeah, Despicable Me is actually not horrible. Like, it's, you know, it's meant to be a feel-good movie, so it's not the most creative, but you know, I enjoy it. I enjoy Minions. Beto. That's my Minionese for y'all. Do you know? I think that's what it's called in there. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, I guess. I'm pretty sure they call it Minionese, though. And if not, damn, I'm creative for making that up. But I don't think I did. I think that's what it's actually called. Dude, I'm, like, so talented at this. Who's your favorite crochet artist? Myself. Is that narcissistic to say? Probably. I don't know. Cause like, here's the thing. I've heard narcissists actually get like, it's not good to say like, oh, that's so narcissistic of you when it's not, like, you know. I feel like narcissism is I'm not a narcissist personally, but I've heard from people who aren't narcissists, a little bit of both, that often when people say like, oh, that's so narcissistic of you, they're actually like saying it in a wrong way. Like, it's not actually like a narcissistic action. So I don't know. What are your thoughts about that? Let's heated debate in the comments, I guess. Want to debate about narcissism in my comments, I guess go ahead. As long as you're respectful about it, you know. Pretty. Look how pretty that color is. I can't get over it. And the other half we'll use purple blanket yarn, so this is actually a pretty good amount for what I'm needing. Just a single crochet around the border. And if you don't know, this is like a hexagon cardigan, so I'm kind of just crocheting in like the sections where the holes are in the hexagon cardigan, like the chains, I guess, are like not in the chain, but in between the chain and the cluster beneath it. So I'm just crocheting in the empty spaces, you know. If you crochet, you'll know, and if you don't, and you expected this to be a tutorial, I don't imagine you're still here if you expected this to be a tutorial and like you realized it wasn't. Like I don't expect, like you probably clicked off if you expected this to be a tutorial by now. But yeah, crochet, live, laugh, love, crochet. Sorry, that was annoying. I know. I'm so enlightened. And like I'm hoping like I can actually have the stamina to get this all done in one video. You got this! Because that's the idea behind this video, is that you'll get closure to the last crochet with me of what happened with that half of the cardigan. Because I remember I was questioning what I was gonna do with the cardigan, if I was gonna dye it, because I wasn't in love with the colors, but you know, I matched it with another color that I like more, and I think I fell in love with it now. Like, it's not something, it's actually something I'd wear, so I'm stoked. We slay in this household. We do not, never, fuck, I don't know what I was saying. Can we get 5 big boobs? This last area right here. Look at that! I guess you'll see clearer when it's on. And there's the other color we need! It's so beautiful! Sorry, I do be stimming this video. That's actually like a huge reason why I crochet. It keeps my hands busy and I'm not just like wrecking my wrists by doing this. Like, as much as it's fun to stim and all, or whatever, and quirky, I don't know, oh my gosh, it's just an online thing. My wrists are fucked. Well, not only because of the stimming, I actually broke one and injured the other in high school, but I don't think the stimming helps. I can stop it sometimes, and I do when I can, but when I can't, it's just like, my poor wrists. You did not deserve this life. Is the yellow more like fluffy, or is this yarn just like, I don't know, mean to me? No, I think this yarn's just mean to me. The purple doesn't like me that much. Actually, doesn't look that bad. I think I'm overreacting a bit. I don't know, yellow feels slightly fluffier, but that's okay. I'll live. And with this leftovers of the fluffy yarn, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I'm gonna do something slay with it, so don't you worry. I always come back. Seriously, I'll find a way to use it. I have like a yarn stash, and normally I actually gravitate towards leftover yarn. It's just with these cardigans, I love the fluffy border. I can't resist. So I did buy a little bit of new yarn for it. I splurged on myself. Splurged? I don't like the phrasing of that. I treated myself. There we go, that's better. Why couldn't you just say that in the first place? Oh Lord. Please, I don't want to go to hell. I'm not really religious, so I don't know what that was. Like, I am agnostic, so I don't care what your religion is. I don't really believe in anything myself, but I'm not gonna be like, I know the end of the universe and beyond! I don't believe I know that. Oh, so pretty! Oh my goodness! Slip stitch. Slip stitch queen. This yarn is so hard to slip stitch with. I'm not even joking. And I might add patches to this later on, because that was like part of the original plan. But honestly, that will be either a different video or even a YouTube short of me just showing you the patches, because you're not in charge of me. But I will show you the result of this in the video. It'll be in an actually somewhat finished state this time, rather than just the video being done with and you don't get to see the finished project in the last one. But you know, I'm allowed to do what I want. It's my channel. Sometimes it gets a little stuck because it's fluffy yarn. And I'm using my fingers, which doesn't help. You know, your fingers don't have the best strength as the hook does. Bruh, I'm so close already to this blanket yarn part being done, and I'm so happy. It's only been 18 minutes, y'all, in this recording, and I'm like almost done. I mean, I am gonna have to weave in the end still and kind of clean that up, but other than that, I'm like close, you know? It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die. You know, because I'm not a huge fan of the cardigans that I make without this border. Like, it's a problem because the first time I did it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. It's my favorite thing to do now. And this is my second time doing it, and this is my second cardigan that I've made that fits me, I guess. Because I've made other cardigans that fit other people, right? But those ones didn't have the border, and this border is gonna be a problem, I can tell you that. It's going to hurt my wallet. Because this, like, fluffy yarn, this blanket yarn, is way more expensive than the, like, this stuff you can find for, like, $3. Like, the thin stuff. Like I think like the 3 or 4 weight yarn. This fucking blanket yarn is like $14 a skein. It's bad. But I wanted to make this cardigan the way I wanted to make it. Like, I wanted it to be kind of bougie, so I guess I gotta splurge a bit. Splurge! Why do I keep saying splurge? I gotta treat myself a bit. Why? Where did I get? That's not what I was saying, YouTube! It's not what I was saying! I can't say that. I don't even know if I'll keep that in. I'll probably bleep it out and no one will know what I said. I mean, it's not false. It's just kind of... I can't say that if I want to stay on YouTube, unfortunately. Can't speak my truth. Okay, I'm gonna tie these together now. And then I'm going to... just so they get a little more stability at their base. And then I'm going to sew in the ends. And then trim them. Chop trim them. Fancy. I could probably weave it in with a crochet hook, because honestly, I'm not going to be able to get this shit on a needle. So what I'm going to do essentially is just kind of weave this in, and then also I can weave it back through so it's even more stable. I should have left some of these longer, but that's okay. We'll make do. Weaving in ends is so hard. Why don't you get a real job? Because nowhere's hiring. Nowhere wants to hire me. Very sad. Hey, do you guys know I have my first aid class C? And I still don't get a job. So funny. You find tragedy in humor and humor in tragedy. Now it's time for the sleeves. We're gonna do this. We're gonna line them up and kind of just weave them in both together. Okay. Look at this shit. Transition time. I don't know how well the transition is gonna be, but whatever. I'm not doing a spin. I'm not doing a fun spin, okay? I can't. I don't want to do a spin. Y'all, I can't even. Y'all, I can't even. Look at this. I feel like so gorgeous in this. Let me give you a quick spin. I know I didn't want to spin in the last clip, but now this cardigan's giving me a new life. I want to spin. So yeah, that's the video. Short and not very short. A sweet video nonetheless. Not short, but still sweet. Okay, thank you so much for watching. My guys, and please, try not to kill each other while I'm gone. Okay, bye!